Fernando Alonso has aimed a clear dig at former Alpine boss Otmar Szafnauer after he was sacked by the French team last weekend. Fernando Alonso has launched a scathing attack on Alpine boss Otmar Szafnauer after the latter claimed that he should have been given more time before he was sacked by the French team last weekend. The 58-year-old was one of several key figures to be given the boot ahead of the summer break, with sporting director Alpine also leaving after 34 years of service. Bruno Famin has since replaced Szafnauer as interim team principal at Alpine, with the latter set to serve a period of gardening leave before he can take up a new role elsewhere. He told Sky Germany after his dismissal that he felt his hands were tied at Alpine, with many of the employees he recruited for the future still under contract elsewhere. The reality is that changes take time, explained Szafnauer. I signed some good people from other teams, but they are still stuck in their contracts and won't come until 2024 or 2025. You can't really push development if people aren't there. It takes time for people to come and it takes time for people to work together correctly. Alonso, who chose to leave Alpine at the end of last season in order to join Aston Martin, has since urged Szafnauer to keep quiet as part of a no-holds-barred attack on his former team principal. Speaking to the BBC about the circumstances of his departure from Alpine, the Spaniard said, "I don't think I felt disrespected, but it is true it took longer than I thought when we started conversations. Think it was in Australia back in April 2022 about renewing the contract. It was just on a very slow pace, and it was not from my side. I was just ready and happy." The 2022 car was a fast car, so I was also happy with the performance and the possibilities into the future, so that slow pace of conversations and eventually not even putting on paper what we were writing and all these comments about the age and whatever, which they are still doing. It is the way they do things, or the way Otmar does things. Because after this year, he should be quiet. He should not talk at all. After the results of Aston Martin and the results H is achieving, H is still talking and still proud of the decision, which is incredible, amazing. Alonso went on to insist that he felt he was taken for granted by Alpine prior to his departure, adding, "When you are doing the best you can every weekend, when I did so many things for Renault as well, you take a little bit personal when someone is doubting your performance or your age or these kinds of things. And you just want to prove even extra hard that you are in the best moment of your career. The results, they speak for themselves, and that's the best way."